at AOC, what an incredibly successful politician she is, and what a horrific manager she is. Her jurisdiction looks like a third world country, and yet she's great at social media and making outrageous statements and getting $5 at a time on, every way she can on social. Good for her. But wow, look what she did when Amazon came knocking for 10,000
Yeah, that
jobs.
to me blew my mind. How does that you survive?
So why would you want to reward that? Why wouldn't you say, excuse me, could I get better management, please? I live here. I pay taxes here, and I'd like a job. And I don't think you're doing a great job for me as a manager. How about I hire somebody else? That's what I would encourage. Not that she isn't just great as a politician. There are countries that have weak leaders. There are states that have bad governors. I think the great thing about democracy is say, we can do better. Right. Putting up my head, let's do better.
You think as you talk, I get this, it's not personal, it's just business.
Just business.
But everything is personal now.
No, not for me.
I mean, what you did right there is you gave her a compliment in terms of her showmanship and how she does well on social media, and she used her platform, and then you criticized the deed.
She's lost. Yeah,
you're not, and that should
be. Which
that
one
makes you. There's a lot of words I could throw, and I agree with you. I'll say it with you. I'll say it. I don't. I'm like, who voted for this? And you can see it across the board. You can see it doesn't have to be AOC. You could take it super Republican guy.
Example.
Yeah, but she's a perfect example. Who cares about the camera?
That wasn't true. Is she a great
Nothing.
She's a great politician. Let's celebrate that. Is she a bad manager? 100%. She's terrible. They're both true.
So if she was a business,
I wouldn't.
Would you pass? Or would she on Shark Tank?
Let me be specific. Yeah. I wouldn't let her manage a candy store.
Wow.
Sorry, guys. I had to record my honest reaction to that. He wouldn't let AOC manage a candy store. What's going on, everyone? It's Talks with Kenny here today. I appreciate you guys giving me some support about my lack of content on this channel. I know work has been busy, but I appreciate every single one of you guys who take the time to watch my videos from the day. And I'll try to, organize my time better so that way I could keep pumping out content for you guys. But now that I got that out of the way, let's get into the story. So Kevin O'Leary is blasting AOC for her management of her district. Or I never know how to say her name, so forgive me if I butcher it. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez celebrates Amazon pulling out New York, but then the governor said it cost the city 25,000 jobs. That's tax revenue leaving the state. That's money that could have been used for more social benefits, right? And this is the problem that I have with a lot of, leftists. And she's a socialist. This is what socialists do. They just want power. Once they get power, that's it. Their job is done. And then they just continue extracting resources, right? Because AOC, the reason why her district looks like a third world country is because her focus is on national stuff. You never seen what AOC go viral for? Stuff about Trump, her comments about illegal immigrations, hitting back at Elon. That's her favorite target, Elon Musk. She's doing all this, but the people at her district are facing dealing with homelessness problems. If you've seen how her district look, you're gonna be like, yo. Actually, let me find a clip for you in this next clip, and then we'll see, and then we'll give our reactions after the clip. Let's take a look.
Horrific. She's a horrible manager, as evidenced by the state of her district. If I were living there paying taxes there, I would want to change my management. That's weak management. It ends up in bad outcomes for the people living there. That looks terrible. These streets look horrific. But when you understand the game being played, she's so good at it. She's constantly saying outrageous things on social media, getting a ton of free media from it, and raising a ton of money. And if you understand that game, you got to applaud her for it. But if I were there, I'd want to swap management. She's a horrible manager.
As you can see, Mr. Wonderful ain't saying such wonderful things about AOC, aka Agent of Chaos, as some people on the internet would call her. And I want to kind of direct your guys' attention on why is it, when these guys, these out of touch liberals in the New York Times, and I believe this to be so because liberals, right, the more money you make, the more likely you are to say that inflation isn't a problem. And also there's stats out there that liberals tend to make more money than conservatives in general. So to me, I think the Democrat Party has become the party of the elites. of the educated white folks, as some of the pro-blacks in my comment section might say. But I honestly think that's what the Democratic Party is. The Democratic Party is the party of the college-educated people, elitists, and the party of the rich. I'll say that. Because only the party of the rich can say inflation ain't that bad, gas prices ain't that high, go buy an electric car. Who can afford an electric car? Not the low middle class, not people in the lower or some people in the middle class. Only the upper middle and the rich can just on a change of a hat, change up to an electric car. And this is what the funny part is. And I think that if conservatives want to win, they have to project themselves as the party of the working class. But I digress, guys. If AOC is so heavily favored, why her race drawn $30 million? AOC is expected to cruise to a re-election, yet the race for her congressional seat is the second most expensive House campaign in the nation. $30 million. That's how much AOC, I guess, spent to get reelected in 2023. And these New York Times, Washington Post going, why is that? Why is that? Congress's far left squad amasses $224 million in earmarks. Imagine that. Watchdog Group opened the books, found that the Congress far left squad has secured $224 million in earmark spending requested in the last 2 years. When was this made? 2023. This article was made 2023. The squad consists of the 8 most progressive members of the House. Democratic Rep are AOC, Jamal Bowman, both of New York, Ilhan Omar of Minnesota, and Anna Presley. Cori Bush, you know the names. Washington is addicted to spending taxpayer money after House Republicans took a secret vote to bring back earmarks in a couple years ago. And this to me, if you're a progressive, right? This is why I don't align myself with progressive, because I know their morality is very Machiavellian. Like, okay, we'll switch up what it benefits us. We hate big money. We hate big corporate donors. We hate the big corporate donors until they're funding us. No, they're good. No, we should allow money in politics, because the people who benefit the most from money in politics, yes, you can say Republicans. I agree. But I'll say the far leftists, $224 million. That don't sound like someone who's against the system. They have more money in their campaign trust between the squad than Trump has. Imagine that. Biden is raising more money than Trump. Biden chose to go to an elitist Hollywood celebrity, all of them rich, to raise $26 million in a day. But the progressives, they vote. That's the part they vote for. We're voting against the big corporate businesses. Progressives love centralized power. If the centralized power came from corporations, progressives are the biggest defenders of corporations. This is why they switch. This is why they're defending Amazon, big tech. Tech companies are allowed to have who they want on their platform. NBC is allowed to fire whoever they deem fit or unfit for the job until it's someone they don't like. Ronald McDaniels, fire her. She's not a good journalist. Even though you're paid to have her represent a people of a certain persuasion. This is why I say a lot of people who only watch one news source is out of touch, because they all have their individual Overton window, as Ben Shapiro would say. And this is why I think AOC continues to win her district, because people going like Kevin O'Leary, rightfully so, how is she still in office? How is she that's why she's a good politician, because she knows where the money's at. The money's not with her people. The money's within the national politics. Because if she's have notoriety, she's famous, she's one of the most famous squad members, the most famous progressives, people are more likely to recognize AOC than Anna Kasparian. It's because big corporate donors are behind her. The Democratic Party is behind her. This is why the squad, and I believe it was 2016, when they had a chance to take, Nancy Pelosi out of power and replace her as speaker, they didn't make the call because Nancy Pelosi probably sat down with AOC. And she was like, hey, look, this is how the Democratic Party runs. I'll be Speaker of the House. You don't make any noise. You vote in lockstep with our agenda so that way we can get power. If you go against this, we're not going to support you, and we'll support your primary candidate. Imagine, they spent $30 million to get her reelected in 2023. And Nancy Pelosi said, if you want to stay in politics, you see how you're famous, you see how you're the media darling, all that can change in a drop of a hat if you go against the Democratic Party. And what happened? The next day, she voted for Nancy Pelosi. All the progressives are mad at her for like a little bit. And probably they're still mad at her, actually. Actually, they're still mad at her. But AOC made a selfish decision. The same thing with Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders, oh my God, all the Bernie bros, he's going to change the system. What he did. After he lost, he supported Biden, and ever since he became a millionaire, you notice he stopped saying, let's tax the millionaires and the billionaires. Now he only say billionaires because he's a millionaire now. And that's how socialists are. Socialists are just looters. That's it. They don't bring anything productive to the system. All they think is, I know how to manage your money better than you. And then when they have the money and they squander it, they go, oops, make more. Why? So you can spend more? So you can throw it into the fire? So you can chase useless ends with it? Make it make sense. But this is progressivism. This is collectivism. It's just for people to justify why they should be in control, why they should be in power. Let me manage everything. Let me redistribute wealth. I know what's really fair. All you really doing it in progressivism is electing a tyrant. But, I digress. As you can see, let me know your thoughts about AOC. Let me know if I missed any examples of AOC's, lack of management. I mean, Kevin O'Leary said he wouldn't even let her manage a candy store. Hell, maybe she was selling diluted drinks in the bar. Who knows? Because she used to be a bartender. What do you expect? But, she's kind of pretty. People like to hear her. I don't know. I don't know what's her appeal. I don't know why people keep voting for her, but I would say, the logical me says it's because of money. It's because that people are just she has more recognition. She's just more famous. So any candidate that runs against her, when people see AOC, I know who that is, vote. I think that's what's going on in our politics. Politics has somewhat become of a popularity game. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I would be interested to hear what you guys have to say. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I really do appreciate you guys watching to the end of the video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.